Hello,
Hello.
we are live.
So now we're live.
So, welcome to this crowdcast. For some of you, this is kind of new. Maybe you have not tried the crowdcast system before. But below, if you're on an iPad or if you're on a computer, you'll have a chat where you can say and write to us. So you won't be exposed. There's Peter. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Peter Watts from the
Hello.
US of A. Yeah. Hi to you both. Welcome, Peter. And you have on the iPad or iPhone, there's a small sentence in the below saying, say something nice. And that's what Peter did. And Marco Parenti from Italy.
Hello.
Whoa. Well, hey, we have the whole world here. And I have
That's
my
nice.
good friend sitting here, Bo, coming from Denmark.
Hi,
And Tafiq, that was the US of A.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Hi, folks. Any more arrived?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Say hi, folks. Yeah.
I said hi, folks.
Yeah.
So welcome to this crowdcast.
Mhm.
I'm Anders,
Yeah.
and
I'm Helene.
this is my partner.
Yes.
And we are the ones going to do and drive this session.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know from the conversation and the invites, this is about a conversation with my ego
Oh, yeah.
about our shared purpose.
What about
So
that?
that's a little mind-boggling
Mhm.
title, maybe. So,
Yes.
but we will use the first, 3-4 minutes for people to onboard. We have 9 registered. We have Tafiq is here, Marco is here, Janet is here. So Janet, can you check in? Have you arrived? Sometimes people struggle with the chat box and so on. So feel free to find a way to use the interface.
Oh, did you put me back on?
I can put you back on. So
Ooh.
here we go. So how is life, Janet? Hi, Janet. Welcome to this
Hi,
crowdcast,
Janet.
and good to see you around. And just so you feel safe, it's snowing in the UK.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's been snowing in Copenhagen as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Maybe I have to go out of this and come in.
No,
again.
you will be arriving on the screen just in a second.
Okay.
It is saying so here. You are on the screen. You are not. You might try to log out. This is the technical stuff.
Yes.
And then
I will
log
try
back in.
to log out.
Only recently stopped snowing here in New England. Right. How's the weather like with you, Marco, in Italy? If you're in Italy, by the way. Maybe Marco has left the building. How about?
No, he's checking if there's snow also in.
Okay, he's looking out. He's looking out the window. Well done. How about Tafiq, where you are? To snow, I mean. Here in Rome, stopped around 10 years ago. Whoa, to snow, I mean. Oh, you're always so humorous. It's good to have you back here. Very good. It's always snowing in New England, isn't it? 10 degrees Celsius, and the sun shining or snowing as well with you, Tafiq? So.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. Only 11 months of the year.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, we have to get going, and I would like to ask you permission for sharing a point of view. So we always start with a little warm up with a couple of loops. You will get to know what it is. So can I share a point of view with you guys? I only need one yes, and we are going. Ali, yes. So 2 yeses, Marco. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'll just find a way to share my screen just in a second.
And a yes from the corner.
Yes from Bo, the live Bo. He just entered here. Well, when we're in Denmark, we just don't go crowdcasting. We meet physically.
Yeah.
So Bo, feel free to come here and just say some words for the questions. So you're okay that we go as well?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine. Well,
I think it's impossible for me to get back on the crowd.
yeah, I'll try a few times. Well, guys, on the screen now you have our point of view, and on the vertical line you have on top you have 5 senses, and on the below on the lower part of the vertical line you have the mind. So what we sense outside in the real world, 5 senses: seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and tasting. And down here in the mind, we have our thoughts, our beliefs, and also the stuff that hurts. So pain is here as well. So that's the vertical line. The horizontal line, you have satisfaction to the right, you have relief moves to the left. So how about that? Does that make sense so far? So the question to you now, the first question is to get a warm up here. Who is important to me or to you guys? To me, definitely my mom. My mom is important to me.
Yeah.
So what do you say, guys and girls?
And girls.
Chip in the chat. Who is important to you?
My husband.
My husband, then Helene says.
Son says to be.
Son, Safik son. Yeah, I saw your son the other day.
Yeah.
He's so cute. How old is he, by the way, Safik? I didn't ask.
Peter, my husband, yes.
My husband, Peter. Yeah,
yes.
You have a beautiful husband.
He's 21 months old. Wow.
Whoa.
He's so cute.
21 months
Yeah.
old. Wow. That's nice. How about my husband is a husband I cannot spell. And I will say my wife. How about you, Bo? Who's important to you?
Oh, he's thinking.
He's thinking. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Oh.
Janet, who's important to you?
Yeah. That's exciting. Who might be important to her?
Well.
Is it a human you're asking?
Whatever pops up in your mind, who's important to you?
Horse is very important.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
horse is very important to you. Bo, he's the world champion in riding horses.
Yeah,
So
that's a good one.
your horse. Well, I have a friend also where he said his goats. So goats is important to him, and his bees, honeybees.
And Marco says
Yeah.
my health is important to me.
Who is saying that?
Marco.
Yeah, Marco Parenti, your health, of course.
And Janice says, Dino, that's her daughter.
Oh.
And health as well, says Bo, yeah.
And Bo says 2 times health. Very good.
Yes.
Well, I would say,
But not as important as Parenti.
no, no.
They know each other.
Okay. Well, I would say myself. I would add myself down here.
Down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's
maybe
very
I'm a
important.
little more important than my mom and
Maybe it's important.
my
to
wife.
you.
I'm more important than you.
Oh, yeah. Of course you are.
Okay. Well, there you see. I have a big ego.
Yeah.
Well. Now we move to the left. And to the left, we have the lower left.
Careful answers.
Okay. To the left, we will have another question. To the left, on the lower side, we have the yucky stuff.
Very yucky stuff. Oh.
I've learned that it's in the UK, you
It's
don't say
yucky.
yucky stuff, you say unwanted stuff.
Unwanted stuff, yes.
But in the US of A, you say yucky stuff. So what yucky stuff shows up inside of me? Well, fear is something. What kind of fear could show up? Well, I had anxiety for doing this crowdcast. The first reel with my good old friends from all over the world, and Bo, my good old friend from this basic school.
Yeah.
So anxiety for doing this show. What else? What shows up in you guys when you hear this? What shows up in your mind?
And there is silence.
Silence. And silence is good.
Yeah, it is.
So I shut up. Limited beliefs.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good
Limited belief. That's a good one.
one.
Beliefs. Yeah.
Fear of making mistakes. Oh, yeah, that's a
Oh.
good one.
Yeah.
Yucky. Oh. unwanted. Oh, I don't want to.
And I got in Denmark when we go on when you go on this stage to present something, then you have butterflies in the stomach.
Yeah.
You cannot see that, but I have.
A fear of looking stupid. Yeah.
Fear of looking stupid. Yeah. Did you see my hair? I got corona hair. Yeah. Yeah. What else?
I have to live with it.
Yeah, you have to live in it, and then it being rejected. Wow, that's not nice. I can feel that being rejected.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice list of yucky stuff, guys. Very good. And you no, Peter never looks stupid. You're right. I remember a tour we had in was it Abu Dhabi or where was it? We met with some good friends with Ian Froggatt and some guys. Peter, can you remember that? Abu Dhabi, I think. Yeah, I remember that. There I really got to know you, Peter. In the Middle East, yeah.
Oh, and Dennis says you remember Peter.
Yeah, you were there as well, Janet. Yeah. Well, let's go up to the upper left. The upper left, here we have what I do or you do to get relief from the yucky stuff. What behaviors do we see here? Fight, fright, freeze. How can we, if we look at it from this perspective, what do we see one another do to get away from the yucky stuff? Well, anxiety of doing this. Well, I'm doing the show.
You're doing the show. You're doing it very well.
Thank you. So
and participate. Yeah.
Participate. Exactly. Bo says here we have the live show.
Yeah,
Bo, you will have to stand on the scene so soon. Oh, yucky stuff showing up. Participate. Yeah. What else, guys?
Oh, that would be go under the radar.
Oh, you go, and Helene goes. And Helene goes under the radar.
Just disappeared.
Yeah, that was nice. So when I do have anxiety, I doing the show anyhow, right? And
doing quite a lot of coffee. Oh yeah.
Doing okay, I'll take that. Doing quite a lot of coffee.
Postpone, says Tafik. Yeah.
Coffee and postpone, yeah.
And then it says hi.
Tea.
And have some tea. Go have
Tea.
some tea. Yeah.
Tea, like that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
What did Janet say?
Hide.
Hide. Yeah, we hide and seek. Hide. Yeah. And when
go
we
eat some cake.
Go eat some cake, and Helene, go eat some cake. Yeah. You bake a cake and you eat it.
Yes.
Definitely, says Bo. Yeah. How about when limited beliefs, one of Marco Varenzi said.
Less contributive.
Ah, yeah, less contributive.
Conversations. Yeah.
Less contributive to conversations. Social conversation. Yeah, we have to do it right. Or the Italian will be not that happy.
Ooh.
So limited beliefs goes with less contributive, yeah, and fear of making mistakes. How do we see that when you have fear of making mistakes? Can we see that people have fear?
I eat some cake.
You eat cake, all right. You eat cake.
Or maybe I go watch Netflix.
Oh, you watch Netflix? Yeah, I'll have that. Go watch Netflix.
Yep.
That's a good relief move.
Oh, yeah.
So, fear of making a mistake. Or read another book.
Read another book, yeah. Take another course in something.
Take another course, just another course.
Yes. Next year, I will do it.
Take another course, yeah. All right. So, fear of butterflies in the stomach. Well, you cannot see that. So, fear of looking stupid. Well, I tried to comb my hair, but it didn't succeed.
Yeah.
Before the show.
You got nice hair.
I got nice hair. Thank you. You're so kind. So, yeah. I hope I started. So, being rejected.
Mm-hmm.
Janet, what do you see you do when, how can we see that you feel rejected? Can we see that at all?
What behavior?
What behavior do you?
What behavior comes out of feeling rejected? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As I said before, I hide. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you
that's the
hide.
one there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too slow.
Thank you. Or get grumpy. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Get grumpy. Who gets grumpy? Was that?
Yeah, Janet. Yeah.
Oh, you
Janet
get
says
grumpy. Yeah.
And I'm very good at getting grumpy.
I know. We know the grumpy dancing queen.
The grumpy dancing queen. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that's a good list, isn't it? And
Very
these
good.
are the moves that the dancing is
What
what.
I do to get relief.
Yeah.
So
That's a
we
good
see
one.
Janet dance. We could all dance.
Dancing to get relief from the yucky stuff.
Salsa never goes. Please
What was that?
get it.
All right. Good list, guys. Now, and Bo, you ride horses, maybe,
Oh, yeah.
to get relief from the yucky stuff?
Well, I hope not, but
Maybe.
yeah, probably.
To get away from stress and so on? Ride the horse?
Well, I do it anyway, but
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I think yes.
So ride horses both to get relief and be happy and get happy feelings. Yeah, satisfaction. Right. Well, let's go to the...
Walking the dog.
Oh, walking Dino.
Mhm.
That's a very good list, actually. Guys,
Baking brownies. Mmm.
Who did that?
Jealous.
Oh.
Baking.
Yeah,
I'm
baking.
doing that one.
We Bo agrees. Baking brownies. Brownies. There we go.
Looking for my nice friends. Looking so long since I've done it for you guys.
Well, I remember one time in Manchester, Sheffield, where we were visiting you, Janet, some of us, to have a very nice dinner and a very nice party. Great fun. Now we go to the upper right, and here the question is about the behavior that I do to get satisfaction, moving towards who is important to me.
Mhm.
So what do we see ourselves do to move towards myself, or like someone said, my mom is important to me, husband, son, wife, horse? What do you see yourself do? What can we see you do, and what do you see yourself do to get a better health? Walk to get closer to Dino?
Mhm.
Well, I talk to my mom, so that is my specific. And Bo, what do you do?
Meditate.
You
Yeah,
meditate. Oh, that's a good
one.
one.
That's a good one. Meditate. Yeah.
And that's going towards yourself? Yeah.
Mhm.
Taking care of yourself, you meditate. Yeah. Very good. That's a good one.
I go do some yoga
Oh, you do yoga.
and morning training. And Peter says it's gardening. And Marcus says it's exercise, train, and run.
I must put running again.
Yeah, and ride the horse.
And run.
And Tafik, work.
Bo says
Yes.
ride the horse, and
Yeah.
Tafik is working. Is all
Tafik, work and sharing meals.
work.
And Peter, cooking.
Oh, yeah,
Then
cooking.
going out on my bike, especially now I have an e-bike. Ooh, I
Oh,
like that one.
go e-biking.
Mhm.
And Bo, you say?
Listening to opera, go to the opera.
Ah,
Oh, that's a nice
or
one.
walking Dino. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just have that here.
Yeah.
So, watching opera, you said, Bo?
Mm.
Opera, going to the opera, yeah. And walking Dino?
Mm. So you can see you can walk Dino to get away from the yoga stuff or the non-wanted stuff, and you can walk. And writing messages, Tafik says.
Writing messages. Mm-hmm.
And then is it having interesting conversations with people?
Yeah. There
And
we
Peter
go.
says e-bike are cheating, aren't they?
What did he say?
E-bikes are cheating, aren't they?
Well, I would also be a little surprised if we walking Dino in the whilst watching the opera. We wouldn't take a husky to the opera, would we? So,
Yeah.
well, that's a very nice list, guys. You're so contributive. That's very nice. So, what do I do to my wife? Well, actually, I kiss her now and then.
Yep.
Kiss my wife.
She kisses you every morning when
Every
you're still
morning.
asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. And what does the Italian stallion do?
Oh.
Oh,
And what do we do?
they are Peter, but given the size of the hills here, I don't care. There we go. Well, we have a very nice list here. So let's do some linking. So what we do here, and my wife, and kissing my wife,
Yeah, kissing my husband.
kissing my
Yes.
husband, and so on. We'll just, and the horse, you're riding the horse, Bo, definitely. That's what you do to get satisfaction from the everyday life. Where did I put the horse? This horse is up there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mm.
Very, very nice. And
Very good list.
my health, that was Marco. Marco, he did a lot of, here we have,
Exercise, train, run, and
there we go. Yeah.
pure dopamine, he says. Yeah.
It does what?
No.
Pure dopamine. Yeah,
yeah.
that's interesting because from a brain science point of view, when you do these satisfaction moves, Marco, this is satisfaction move. So there you will stimulate dopamine.
Mhm.
And that is giving you a good feel, the satisfaction feel, just in the one category, the satisfaction moves. So Janet's satisfaction move is go e-biking. That makes her feel good. Looking at this list, well, we've done loop 1 and taking the perspective of ourselves. What a nice view. How about that? How do you like that? So now we go to the second loop.
Oh, you have to end in the middle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Good. I have you, Helene. So just to finalize this loop, might you guys, for the next week or so, be able to notice what's going on inside of you when you move towards people who are important to you? Might you also notice what you do when yucky stuff shows up?
The unwanted stuff.
The unwanted stuff in UK?
Mhm.
Or might you also notice what you do to get relief from the yucky stuff and unwanted stuff? And then last one, notice what you do to move closer to the ones who are important to you. Would you be considering that? And I'll write yes.
Me too.
And Tafik says yes. Thank you, Tafik. Well, it's up to you. It's just noticing, isn't it? Certainly give it a try. Yeah.
That's good.
Very good, guys.
Thank you.
That was loop 1. Now we go to loop 2. And before we go to the theme of today's crowdcast, loop 2 is about the we loop. So now we have the same structure. The matrix is 5 senses in the top and the outside experiencing, and then inside the mind, mental stuff, pictures, beliefs, thoughts, and then also pain. This is a little nice smiley pain. You can see here, toothache. So there you go. You might see the toothache, but it hurts like hell. I think we all have tried that. So we start here. Now the question changes. What's our shared purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we here today, guys? We are here for world peace and peace in people, if you can say that in English. That's our purpose being here, but it's also, for me, it is to learn about my ego.
Mm. Yeah, what about?
Why are you here, guys?
Oh,
To connect with old friends.
Oh, yeah.
I agree,
I
Janet.
agree to that.
And we agree here. We have old friends all around.
Sympathy.
Sympathy.
And some I didn't expect to connect with, like Peter, and of course meet new ones.
Meet new people. Yeah, and also for Bo here. Yeah. Very good. And some I didn't like Peter. Yes. That was a surprise, Peter. Good you.
Have fun.
Oh,
Yeah, it's always good to have fun.
have fun.
I feel like.
Yeah. To learn.
Nice list.
I'm also here to contribute.
Yeah.
Contribute. Yeah. Well, that's a nice list. Anything missing here, guys? That we say this is our shared purpose. Can we agree to this? World peace, learn about my ego, possibly also my ego and your egos. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the left side because this is still a warm-up. What social yucky stuff shows up inside of me or inside of us when are we here to meet our shared purpose? Well, I have fear of, can I pull it off?
Can you?
Can I do it?
What do your ego tells you?
Am I good enough? And Bo? Fear of exposure here, Bo. Yeah, when you're here to share, fear of exposure. Yeah. I think Peter here has no fear. No fear from Peter.
Unpredictability.
Predictability, yeah.
Peter gives a smiley. I guess that was for your comment.
Yeah. No fear in Peter. It's just misunderstandings.
Good one.
When we are together, we can misunderstand one another. Yeah, that's typical in an organization, isn't it? So, yeah. Well, and we have the famous one, maybe?
Getting things wrong, says Peter.
In a team setting, getting things wrong. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. How about this one?
Imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Imposter syndrome.
Some egos might. Oh, see, that was not nice.
Yeah. Getting things wrong. Well, there we have a list. Feel free to.
Embarrassment. Yeah. That's a good one.
Embarrassment. There we go.
Someone once said to me, if you have tried once to be extremely embarrassed, then nothing can overcome that experience. So you won't get embarrassed anymore. But I haven't tried that yet.
Well, there you go. So let's move to the upper left. And now we go to the behavior we see in a social context, where what do we do in a team like this to get relief from the yucky stuff? What do we see ourselves do and our colleagues do? Any input here? I would say, well, I just do it.
You just do it. Take one for the team.
Can I pull it off? Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make the comment anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Reacting behavior. Making the comment anyway after a glass of wine, Peter says.
All right.
Or two, says Stefan. And Tafik says, don't speak up. Yeah.
Don't speak off, yeah.
Go under the radar again. Let the other one speaks.
Yeah. So do nothing, yeah. Well,
we do a lot on the inside, but we don't say.
What do we see? What happens in between people when there are misunderstandings? What do we see people do to one another when there are misunderstandings?
What they yell, shout at each other.
Shout, yell. Yeah.
Leave the room.
Leave the room.
Sometimes just go quiet. Yeah.
Go quiet. Yeah. Bug it. Yeah.
Defend / attack.
Defend, attack.
And dismiss, says Marco. Dennis says defend, attack, and Marco says dismiss.
Dismissive behavior, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're talking.
And Tafik says slap.
Slap?
As at the Oscar.
The Oscar slap. Slap.
Oh, yeah.
Slap. That was Will Smith slapping.
Yeah. That's not so good.
Well, I wonder what happened inside of him. I think he got very angry. So angry happened inside of him, and then he started slapping. Yeah. Or was it a show? We never know. Slap us at the Oscars as well. Yeah, big egos meet.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a good one, Tafik. Thank you for that. So how about when getting things wrong? What do we see when people get things wrong? What inside? Well, this was wrong. What is happening outside?
Your head turns red.
Your head turns red. Yeah, that's head turns red.
Or you might talk as if
Talk a lot.
talk a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! That was another one here.
You leave the meeting quietly, but we've already had that one. I think.
Leave the meeting quietly.
Yeah, with your head down. Oh no, no, no.
Aha. Leave the meeting with your head down. There we go. Well, we have a nice list here. So this is still the warm up before we go to the ego stuff.
Yeah, and we have to get to the ego stuff.
Yeah.
So we are so interested in what our ego says.
So the upper right,
Yeah.
the social part. What do we see we do to get satisfaction moving towards our shared purpose? And now our shared purpose was world peace and place peace in people, but also to learn, to connect with old friends, and show sympathy, meet with new people, have fun.
So that would be respectful communication.
All right, here we have respectful communication when we do this together. Well, I don't know about the Italians if he's not always kind of respectful.
Ooh.
That was not respectful.
Oh, not at all.
That was kind
that
of.
was over to the left. And Jen said yes, but he's always funny.
Well,
And,
fun. Laugh. How about laugh
Yeah,
together?
laugh
That's what we're doing. Laugh
and
together.
listen to understand.
Listen to understand.
Ask questions to understand. And Peter says focus.
Ask questions to understand.
And focus.
Focus. Yeah.
And Jen says laughing is the best tonic you can have.
Laughing is the best tonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the best tonic.
Yeah.
I like that one, Janet.
Mm-hmm.
So I would also talk without judgment
Mm-hmm.
or non-judgmental language.
Oh yeah.
So Janet told me that actually, because when we coach people in a coaching session, we should leave away judgment. Stay present.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I will add stay present, be
That's a good
present,
one.
and listen. Those were the top three, wasn't it, Janet? You taught me. You were my master trainer somewhere back, and it was the three top threes.
Top three.
So this can help us go towards world peace, listening, respectful, laugh. How about love?
Love is always good.
Love more.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the view, and we could just make some connections here.
Connection dots.
Connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? Connect with old friends. Laughing is the best tonic. I would definitely say so. Try to connect those. From my point of view, sympathy. What do we do to show sympathy, Janet? How do we see that? Could you add in to help me out there?
Yeah.
Meet new people. Yeah, we do this by showing up here and listen to understand, laughing, focus, being present. Yeah. There we have one more. And have fun, laugh a lot, definitely.
For me, sympathy is Janice who says it. It's about listening and demonstrating that you have heard how the other person is feeling.
Listen to understand. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
And perhaps you share their feeling. Oh yeah, might do that.
Yeah, but share the feeling, Janet. Is that something you share inside? Where do we put this in the 4 boxes here? Where do you sort that?
Interesting.
Share their feeling and perhaps share their feeling. How do you do that? Is that something you do inside of you or?
So.
But how do you do sympathy.
Different
You listen.
sympathy and empathy. Yeah, there is a difference between sympathy and empathy. It's saying, I feel the same as you.
That's sympathy. I feel the same as you.
Yeah.
That is showing sympathy. Well, now it starts to tie up.
And empathy is describing how I sense that you feel, Janice. Says.
Empathy is describing how I sense that you feel. Empathy is about you. Sympathy is about me. Yeah. So what would you prefer? Marco Borenti. Boom. Yeah, we have a nice list.
We do.
Now, guys, this was the 2 loops, and we finished the second loop also with noticing. Would it be okay for the next week or so that we try and notice actually what we do towards our shared purpose? What we do to notice our yucky stuff, the social yucky stuff in team settings or together with friends, that we notice also what we do to get away from that yucky stuff. And last but not least, what we notice ourselves doing when moving towards our shared purpose to get satisfaction. Would that be something we could do over the next week or so? Notice. Well, Tafik says yes. Good.
Yeah.
Certainly can. Thank you, Peter.
Certainly.
Kind of you. Okay with me.
Yeah.
Italy. This is almost like the
Yes.
the music. What do you call this? Melodi Grand Prix på engelsk. Hvad hedder det? This was Danish. Sorry, guys.
European Song Contest.
This is like the European Song Contest. This is not just a song contest, but here we have something else. We are singing with our voices or chatting. So from all over the world, this is very exciting. Thank you, guys. So now we move to the day's topic, a conversation with my ego about our shared purpose. This is a little tricky title. So here you have it. So the reason for coming up with this topic and title was, well, I think all of us have a lot of yucky stuff going on inside of us. It's evolutionary. It's the way the human brain works. It's the way that we have survived so far. The humanity have survived so far. So the way that we can do different things compared to animals like dogs, we can have conversations with ourselves inside our minds. So a conversation with my ego. I would like to ask you first of all, before we move on, what is to you the definition of your ego? Because we have Freud defining a superego and an ID, and we had also our ego there. We had the good guy and the bad guy, and trying to keep our ego in place. But what is an ego in your mind? What comes to mind?
For me, the ego is the defense mechanism we employ to keep ourselves alive. Yeah.
What do you say? I would the bit that gets bruised pretty easily. Yeah. And Janice says, for me, the ego is the defense mechanism we employ to keep ourselves alive. Where does the ego come from? When does the ego start to pop up? And where does it pop up? Outside, so we can see it by our 5 senses, or is it the ego inside the mind?
Well, I have an ego that talks to me, and that gives me a way to behave. Yeah, and Tafik says inside, and Peter says inside the mind. And Jenny said, yes, the ego is like the helmet on the American football player. It's the bit that gets bashed so the head remains intact.
So it gets bashed or bruised, like Peter said, internally bruised. So we are in the mental part. We're in the lower part of the diagram here, of the matrix. So what would you say, can ego be on the left or the right side? So are we talking about something about having a shared purpose with the ego? Or are we talking about yucky stuff about the
And you
ego?
see, he says, but it feels awfully real.
It feels awfully real, yeah, inside of us.
And Jenny said, yes, passion is bruised.
Hmm.
Yes, the bruising is all actually self-inflicted. It comes from within us.
Mhm.
Self-oriented is unwanted.
So we have what pops up in our minds when the ego is talking to us inside? What are the storylines? What do you hear your ego telling you?
My ego tells me to have peace inside and to the closest people around me.
Have peace inside, and
Jenny says, you are a crab, you're a bad person. That's her ego talking.
crab. You are crab.
Oh, you're a bad person. And Margaret says,
Oh,
that ego is draining us towards our self-orientation. I can't pronounce that word.
the ego is derailing us towards
Yeah,
our
yeah.
self-orientation. So how does it do that with you, Marco? What is your example from here?
And so now we're missing out on something. And the piece says, I'm just this way. I'm not fulfilling my potential, Genesis.
I
Missing out
am
on
not
something.
fulfilling
So Jen's
my
ego is in kind of like seeking for the missing link.
the missing thing.
Perhaps.
Okay, and Peter says missing out. You are missing out. Missing out on something.
I should have been there 5 minutes ago. I should have
Yeah.
tasted everything on the buffet.
Okay. Well, I have this. Am I good enough?
Am I good enough? You can have an ego stop. Not adequate.
Egoism. Okay, what is that? Not adequate. Yeah, adequate. So it seems like we are comparing something. We have an inner voice comparing us to something. Not being adequate. Lonely.
Not lonely.
Yeah. So all this, the ego stuff, except from Anna Helene said, have peace inside and people close to me. Was it that you said?
Yeah.
That is your ego saying, well, that is my message.
Yep.
So is that yucky stuff?
Might be. Is that yucky stuff? Yeah, if I feel this, and I feel I can get this feeling in my stomach. If I think something is unpleasant, then I withdraw from everyone.
So when you have this, you get a feeling, an uncomfortable feeling.
An uncomfortable feeling, yeah. I'll just get along, everybody. No matter what.
In my stomach.
Don't want to argue. Never get angry. But when I do, I explode.
Okay. So when you say to yourself, you're crap, if that's the message the ego tells you, where does that feeling end up? In the stomach, in the heart section, the chest section, and the mind section? It's also in the stomach.
No, what
You're crap.
Oh.
Where does that end up in your? I say that you're crap. The shoulders. Yeah.
You need to go to get some massage then.
So the ego makes us feel we have tense shoulders, and when I'm a bad person.
And Tafik is the head.
The head. Okay. Yeah.
And Janice says, I have found that I keep tension in my feet and legs.
And what's the when was that, Janet? When you're not adequate, or when you're what was your word here? I just lost that. Yeah, when not adequate, it goes to your feet. Tension, feet and legs, yeah. Tension in feet and legs, yeah.
Mhm.
So simply, when our ego is causing us some physical sensing also, and some emotions, there's a link here.
Mhm.
Well, let's go and see what was our shared purpose. Well, still peace and earth here, and peace and people for our sake.
Beliefs inside of yourself.
But what is the shared purpose with the ego? I want to find. Maybe you agree. I want to find a shared purpose with my ego.
And then it says survival and fulfillment.
Survival. That's a good one, Janet. And fulfillment. Yeah. Well, anything else we could add to
Driving forward, Peter says,
trying forward?
and then it says making a difference.
Ah, that's a good one, Janet. Making a difference.
Mhm.
That's a shared purpose. If we could agree with the ego. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if the ego isn't too loud.
Okay. So we have also inside you have a loud voice. Here you say if the voice inside is very loud.
Oh. Yeah, it could be loud. It could be loud. It could be trying to,
It's shouting at you.
yeah,
Oh, that was a new dimension for me.
stay calm. Don't say a word. Don't
Okay.
interfere.
Making a difference. Yeah. Okay.
But be
So,
perfect. You're
be
not-
perfect.
Do it even better. Go out and tell the world how to behave because no one knows what I do.
All right.
Really, ego as well.
All right. There you go, guys. We have a nice list here. The ego is helping us with a lot of yucky stuff.
Mhm.
Bo, do you have it? You've been very quiet.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure it all out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're trying to figure it all out. It's a loop. This is a loop with your ego. Hey, what am I talking
Yeah,
to
I
myself?
think Bo is talking with his ego right now.
Bo is talking to his ego. Very good.
They're having a very
What?
big conversation.
Oh, that's good, Bo. We inspire your ego to go crazy. So, well, guys, let's move to even more broaden the perspective.
Mm.
When we are talking to our ego, how does that affect the behavior we can see outside of us? So, people being big egos, how do we see big, loud egos from a behavioral point of view?
Well, my behavior would be I will do nothing. So if there is a conflict, I would rather go eat some cake, perhaps.
Eat some cake. And Helene's ego, to get away from the ego inside,
Get
and
away from
you eat
all-
some cake. Well, I like that one.
And Janet says making demands and being awkward.
Making demands, being
Resisting others. Yeah.
yeah, resisting others.
What about your ego, Anders? What do you see yourself do? Very good at this ego stuff. Yeah. Wine is often involved, Peter says. And Tafik is asleep. Yeah. Maybe it will go over if I go to sleep.
Well, you brag, Janet. I'm very good at this ego stuff. Bragging. I start bragging sometimes. Well, I just say to you, Annalena, actually, they're so good.
Oh yeah.
When I have
You do
had a
like
good,
this. Damn, I'm good.
damn, I'm good. Yeah, I'm so good. Now and then,
Yeah.
on the very good days,
I'm the best.
I'm the best. Do I say that?
Have anyone followed Anders on LinkedIn? A couple of years ago, he was #1 top seller in the world.
I love that. My ego tells me I'm very good.
Yeah,
Well done, Anders, the ego
Yeah.
says. Well done.
you are very good.
Wine, now we drink wine. That's Peter?
Wine is often involved.
Wine often involved. Yeah. With big egos. And when we want to get away from the yucky stuff, wine is often involved. And you sleep, Tafik sleeps. Yeah.
And Dennis asks you, if you say that you're the best, is that then the ego, or what if others says that you are the best? Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. Well, I'm matching up to my ego. So, and who's saying that you are the best? That's a good question. Well, my ego tells me that I'm the best, or my super ego says, well, you're doing well.
You have to keep on the pace, so you keep on being the best.
What would you say, Janet? What do you think when you come up with such a good question? You have a thought there, I know.
Mhm.
So, when you say you're the best, what while the others
You're
say,
the best.
if the others say you're best, but if you get feedback from training,
You are the best.
it
So
boosts
your
the ego. Yeah.
But
So
the
getting
ego might want someone to give feedback.
feedback from others.
In this case, the others are right, Marco says.
Will boost my ego or the ego.
And then it's asking you, but then what do you do about it?
When I get feedback, well, I get.
He comes home to his wife and said, I'm the best.
Well,
again.
Actually, it's a relief that I get that feedback because I work so hard. I work hard to bruise, not to get bruises from my ego.
Yeah. Because if you did not get the feedback that you were the best, your ego will say, yep, you have to do better the next time.
There you go. I'm getting better at this ego stuff. Thank you.
And Jenny said, I'm not saying I'm the best in the current company. I've seen you guys on your feet and you are all the best.
I agree.
And Tafi says, feedback is nice and necessary, but can be sticky.
Can be sticky.
Can be sticky. So interesting, Tafi. What does that mean when you say can be sticky? And there goes the secret sentences.
Oh yeah. You're still thinking, Bo. You're still really in a stuck loop, maybe. Well, that's okay. You don't have to say anything. It's not needed.
Okay.
That's okay. Well, guys, let's go and see what we can extrapolate further from the upper right. We haven't been there. What can we do? What are the things we can do to get satisfaction moving towards our shared purpose? And the shared purpose is to get what I say a respectful communication with your ego. Might that be a way where you can get this being less bruised by your ego? Or what is actually we can do to be less ego driven, maybe?
That's because that's because Peter says, amazing how people often focus more on the negative feedback than the positive. And Janice said, that's because the negative hurts more. Yeah,
negative feedback. I just want to put negative feedback can be sticky. And you say it can be sticky. So when it's negative, well, it's more sticky and it will hurt. It will hurt your ego. Yeah.
But the negative is often as unhelpful as the positive. If it is not actionable, it is not really that useful. All it does boost or bruise the ego. And Tafi says ego can get its say, but we don't want it to rule. No? So I ask the question, is it true? Is it necessary?
I do agree that the negative is, if negative feedback is not presented in a good way, it will definitely defocus and yucky stuff will show up inside of you. So, and all these things, am I good enough, and so on. So therefore, positive psychology and the way to coach other people and to have respectful communication with other people is about maybe talking to your ego would maybe have a more respectful conversation, and positive. Might you befriend your ego, actually?
Oh yeah, and maybe you should slow down, or if you are going on a fast pace, maybe you should slow down and look at what's going on inside of you. Well,
instead of you get triggered. When your ego gets triggered by bad feedback, for example, well, how can you, well, you might start noticing what happens when you get, for example, negative feedback.
Oh yeah.
Because this will really wake up your ego in many ways. Am I good enough, and so on. But noticing that so you don't get
Bye,
hooked.
Janet. Thank you for visiting us. She's going now. I have to be going now. Maybe she's going to walk the dog.
Yeah. Take care, Janet. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Lovely to see you all again.
Yeah. Well, let's just wrap it up here. And what can we do?
Negative feedback stings. Oh yeah.
Negative feedback stings. So don't do negative.
And my ego says that it's personal.
It's
personal. And
so what we can do,
upset.
we can give positive feedback to our ego. Maybe say, well, now you're coming up with that stuff again. So how about say, welcome ego, happy, and let the ego go away.
Yeah, and he says try to be objective, and so he says exactly being personal. Yeah, he agrees with me. Oh, and there you have to take a deep breath. Keep the eye on the ball. Keep the eye on the ball.
So what was that? Just I lost that.
That one, I said that the
negative feedback stings.
Yeah, and I said that the negative feedback, I take it personally.
Yeah. So what to do? What to do about it?
Yeah. So what to do? So keep the eye on the ball.
Keep the eye on. Stay focused.
Yeah. Stay focused. This has got nothing to do with you. It's got something to do about the situation or the person who is.
It's not. It's not personal.
And Peter says, turn inwards and think about how you are thinking. Exactly.
Turn inwards. So how do you turn inwards, Peter? Is that something we can see you do? How do we turn inwards and try to stay calm?
Some people are very much on the inside.
Not getting hooked by the ego.
Yeah, and Marco says reflective learning.
What is that, Marco?
And Peter says reflect on your own thinking pattern. Yeah.
Yeah. Reflect on own thinking pattern. Yeah. So the ego, you're saying, is just an illusion?
Who says that?
I do.
Oh, you said
It's a question.
Oh, it's a question.
The ego is just an illusion. It's created by ourselves to make ourselves busy and to survive, of course. Or what?
And if it fails, then you can hit someone.
Oh, you can always hit someone. Hit someone.
Yeah,
Slap it. That's it. That's
in America. That's what
the Oscar slapping. Oscar slapping.
Yeah.
That works.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Wonder what happens with him now.
Well, he made an apology, I think.
Oh yes, he did.
The guru.
Will the other egos accept that apology?
Will the other egos accept that apology? What do you think, guys? Will Will Smith get the apology?
Say yes, of course.
Yeah, and my ego will also.
Move on.
Will
Will your ego accept the apology
from Will Smith?
From the, what did you say, the Oscar slapper?
The Oscar slapper.
Beware, he's coming.
Well, guys, here we have what we've done today. We're running a little over time. Sorry for that. But this is the conversation with our egos. What we can do, respectful communication with the ego, befriend the ego, reflective learning by taking this. Let's finish it up. Say, might it be relevant for you? Might we notice, the team we are here today, might we notice over the next week or so what we do to simply get and find and tune in with the shared purpose with our ego? Might we notice when our ego shows up with all the yucky stuff that follows? And then noticing what the ego does to our behaviors. the behaviors where we get relief from the ego stuff, and also what we can do to befriend the ego and let it be, and move on, so we don't get that much hooked into the internal stuff. I would say what I've learned here:
I would say yes.
get out of your mind and into your life.
Into
That's the
your
one
mind,
key
yes.
message here, that I think the ego can keep us too much inside our minds. But how about not fighting it, but accepting it? So that's it. And we can.
Oh yes, notice as much as I can, but ego is good at hiding.
The ego is popping up, showing up
Yeah.
now and then. Guys, this was what we'd like to share with you. Just a bit of feedback from you would be appreciated. We do this every Wednesday, typically in Danish. So if you want to learn Danish, that's a good way to do it. But we also now and then do English crowdcasts. And this is, of course, the message from us to reflect on your lives for world peace and be better people. And let's hope that this group of people can meet physically. Bo was here,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were here.
Bring them all to Denmark.
And thank you for showing up, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Very
And
nice.
have a nice evening or morning or wherever you are in your life. And thank you for meeting up.
It's 9:30 in Denmark right now. In
Yeah.
the evening.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tafik.
Thank you, Marco.
Great to meet you and great
Yeah.
to do this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.